Coming up, 4 more road teams pick up Game 1 wins on Tuesday. This is Locked On Game to Game NHL.
Every game, every team, every angle. Locked On Game to Game, your team every day.
Welcome in. You're listening to Locked On Game to Game NHL. Local experts join us to go over the playoff games from last night in the National Hockey League. I'm your host, Kainani Stevens. Thank you for making Locked On your first listen every single weekday. The New York Rangers went over to New Jersey. They became yet another team to win Game 1 on the road this postseason in the NHL. After taking down the Devils, our Locked On hosts with both teams recap the series opener.
What's up? This is Trey Matthews of Locked On Devils, and here is my post-game reaction. So, talk about a rude welcoming. The New Jersey Devils dropped Game 1 of the first round to the New York Rangers by a score of 5-1. There aren't too many positive takeaways in this matchup for Devils. The only thing that I could look toward is Jack Hughes' penalty shot, and thus the New Jersey Devils didn't get shut out this game. And if they would have hypothetically got shut out, it would have been the first time all season that they've done so. But other than that, it was just an ugly performance from the New Jersey Devils from start to finish. There was little to no momentum going their way. Nico Hischier did his best in period number 2, but he also got shut down. Jack Hughes was there sometimes, other times he wasn't. But I think the main talking point for Devils was their poor execution on special teams. So they allowed Chris Kreider to score 2 power play goals, and the Devils had 4 power play opportunities. However, they got 0 shots total on those 4 man advantages. So that cannot happen. Vitek Vanecek also wasn't sharp in this game. He didn't have his best outing. So the name of the game for Devils is that you got to win Game 2 if you want to maintain home ice advantage. But the Devils really got to just look at it in this sort of way. No place to go but up. And now you got the jitters out the way. Just got to try to march forward and just try to get yourself back into the series quickly before you go down 0-2 and go and have to play in enemy territory.
The New York Rangers special teams have a special night to spark the team to a 5-1 win and a 1-0 series lead over the New Jersey Devils. What is going on, Blue Shirts fans? This is John Chick, the host of the Locked On New York Rangers podcast. And yeah, for this Game 1 win, between the power play for the Rangers as well as the penalty kill, I think this is the best night that the Rangers have had on special teams the entire season. The Devils go 0 for 4 on the power play, but it goes well beyond just a simple 0 for 4. It's the fact that the Ranger penalty killers played nearly flawless hockey on this night. They were standing up the Devils at the blue line. They were forcing turnovers. They were keeping the puck pinned to the boards, getting some timely clears here and there, even playing keep away at one point, keeping the puck away from the Devils while the Rangers were shorthanded. Just a phenomenal performance by the PK, especially when you consider that 3 of the Devils' power plays occurred in the first period when obviously, the game still could have gone either way. Ranger power play, not to be outdone, goes 2 for 3, a couple of tipping goals from Chris Kreider. Actually could have been 3 for 3 on the night had it not been for a disallowed goal that was scored by Alexis Lafreniere. But either way, just a tremendous night for the Rangers special teams, absolute domination, and something that is going to be very important as this series continues. And we'll be talking about all that and a whole heck of a lot more on the next episode of Locked On New York Rangers. Do not miss it.
The Maple Leafs gave up 7 goals to the Lightning in Toronto on Tuesday night and went down 1-0 in their series with Tampa. Locked On Maple Leafs tells us what went wrong for them in Game 1.
It was an unfortunate start to the playoffs for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they lose 7-3 in Game 1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and really you could not ask for a worse start to the hockey game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were down 3-0 after the first period, and it was the floodgates just opened from there. The Leafs attempted to try to make a comeback to make it 3-2, and then Tampa took it for the rest of the game right over there. Penalties and just a lot of things went wrong for the Leafs in this game. David Morisuti here from Locked On Leafs. Michael DeStefano and I will discuss everything that went wrong for the Leafs in this game, how they will try to rebound for Game 2 and more. So make sure you tune in to Locked On Leafs podcast. It is your team every day.
The Seattle Kraken are playing in their first ever playoff series, and it's against the reigning champion Avalanche. But they picked up a huge win in Colorado to take an early series lead. Locked On Kraken looks at the keys to Seattle's win.
The odds in our favor, Seattle Kraken fans. The Seattle Kraken take a 3-1 victory over the Colorado Avalanche on the road, being one of many road teams that win in Game 1 of the 2023 2023 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Philip Grubauer was fantastic in this game against his former team, pushed aside 34 shots out of 34 faced, 971 save percentage. Grubauer had to be really great with a little puck luck. That didn't hurt. Shots on goal, 35-34, the Colorado Avalanche. Neither team able to capitalize on the power play. Very curious to see how special teams plays out. But overall, solid game. Eli Tolvanen getting the opening goal. First ever Seattle Kraken goal of the playoffs goes to Eli Tolvanen. You know, I spoke to him while I was in Seattle, had that on Monday's show. Game 2, Thursday night. Join us on playback. We had a good time watching this one together. But right now, your Seattle Kraken take down the Colorado Avalanche in Game 1 of the first round of the 2023 Stanley Cup Playoffs.
All right, Kyle, the Colorado Avalanche drop Game 1. Not ideal when you start in on your defending of the Stanley Cup Championship, but they lose this one 3-1 at home against the Seattle Kraken. Give credit to Seattle. They had a pretty good game plan. The Avalanche did have opportunities. They had chances and they just couldn't bury them. And part of that is just bad luck. And the other part of it is Seattle played great, and so did Philip Grubauer.
Yeah, when the Avalanche come out of the gate, turning the puck over early, Seattle takes advantage of it and runs away with the momentum. This is all fresh to Seattle, and this is business as usual to Colorado. Colorado's going to need to step it up in Game 2.
And you would expect that they will. They are very good at coming out of a loss and not following up with another loss. You can almost guarantee the Avs are going to come out flying and make some corrections, no doubt. But I'm okay with how they played. I really am. I'm not sitting here feeling like that Seattle has gotten the best of them and Seattle has figured them out. Maybe they did for one game, but that's why you play up to 7 of these things. And I'll take the Avalanche chances still in this series. So it's not how they wanted to start, but best thing about playoff hockey is you have one day off and you're right back at it again.
The Jets rounded out the day being the 4th team to get a win on the road, but as they beat the Golden Knights in Las Vegas. Locked On Jets gets the details on Winnipeg's win.
Folks, a massive win on the road for the Winnipeg Jets against the Vegas Golden Knights. A dominating 5-1 victory that I don't think anyone saw coming. While there were some mistakes here and there and a few turnovers that put the Jets under a bit of pressure, Winnipeg, on the whole, controlled play and essentially shut down Vegas, especially in the third period. Some nice depth contributions and a very good performance from Winnipeg's top 6 put the Jets ahead in what will be a very tough series. Winnipeg finds itself with an early series lead, taking away one of Vegas's home games. A massive victory and the first step on the Jets advancing towards the next round. Will they pull it off? We'll have to wait and see. But on tomorrow's episode, we'll dive into this game and the multitude and numerous standout performances in what was an amazing Winnipeg Jets victory. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Locked On Winnipeg Jets on all of your favorite podcasting platforms and YouTube. I am your host, Harrison Lee. I'll see you there tomorrow. Go Jets, go.
That'll do it for this edition of Locked On Game to Game NHL. Make sure that you are subscribed to Locked On NHL and your favorite team's Locked On podcast on YouTube and wherever else you get your podcasts. I'm Kainani Stevens. This has been Locked On Game to Game.